When I was 17 years old, I got really, really sick, and I wasn't sure why. And I just kept hurting, and I kept telling the doctors that I really, really hurt, and they couldn't find anything. So we just ignored all the signs, and we kept going on, and I went on a trip with my friends on a band trip. And while I was there, I gained 85 pounds in less than a week. And that's when I called my mom, and I was like, Mom, there's something wrong. Whenever we got to the hospital, I had 14 signs out of 17 for lupus. I have SLE lupus. It was honestly the scariest thing of my life. I had heard about it, but everybody that I heard about it had been so strong, and here I am, just a 17-year-old. I didn't know what I was going to do, and so it was just so terrifying. And before I knew it, I was on chemo, so I lost my hair. I just remember getting headaches, and they would get really, really strong, and I would cry and tell my mom how hurtful it would hurt, and she was like, okay, just get in the car. So we made our way to Hillcrest, and I remember it was raining so hard, and my pain would just not go away, and I was just praying and sitting in the front seat asking God, why me? Why out of everybody, why me? And as I cried there, I was so afraid. And we finally got to the hospital, and we opened the door, and I was making my way to the hospital, and I fell down and had a seizure. I cracked my head, and I was on life support. And the doctor said there was nothing they could do with it, and I was considered dead. And my mom, you know English, she's Hispanic, she didn't know a single thing, and she kept crying, and she was like, please help my girl, she's only 17. And the doctors were like, I'm sorry ma'am, there's nothing we could do for her, so they announced me dead around March. And my mom started crying, and she said, she can't die, she's too young. And this doctor came up to her and said, is your child saved? Is Yennifer saved? And my mom had no clue. She knew I went to church, but she didn't know how much I believed in Christ. And so my mom said, I don't know why, but I think we should put her back on life support. So they did, and then after 13 hours, he took it off, and I responded. And my mom said, at that moment, everybody went crazy because they really thought I would have died. And I realized, you know, it's God. He is so amazing, and I raise him above anyone and anything, anytime, because he's been there with me. And I'm so thankful because God has a plan, and though I would sit there and question him and be like, why is this happening to me out of all people? I realize now that the reason it happened to me was because I'm able to reach other people. The doctors will treat you with medicine, but God cures. And that inspired me to be like, you know, yes, I have lupus, yes, I have kidney failure, but I will make it. And that's what has kept me really, really strong throughout these months.